Hi there, welcome back to American Lingo Academy. I'm Fiona, and today we're going to learn 10 super useful phrasal verbs that native English speakers use all the time in everyday conversation. These are really practical, and once you learn them, you'll sound more natural and confident when you speak English. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's get started. Number 1, drag on. This phrasal verb means something continues for a very long time, usually longer than you want or expect. When we say something drags on, we mean it feels slow and boring, and we wish it would end sooner. It's like when you're waiting for something to finish, but it just keeps going and going. We use this a lot when talking about meetings, movies, or any situation that feels too long. For example, imagine you're at work and your boss starts a meeting at 9 in the morning. You think it will take 30 minutes, but after 2 hours, the meeting is still going. Everyone looks tired and wants to leave, but your boss keeps talking about small details. You can say, "That meeting really dragged on. I thought it would never end." This shows that the meeting took way too long and felt boring. Here's another one. Let's say you're watching a movie with your friend on a Friday night. The movie is 3 hours long, and halfway through, you realize the story is moving very slowly. Nothing exciting is happening, and you keep checking your phone because you're bored. After the movie ends, your friend asks what you thought about it. You can say, "Honestly, I didn't love it. The story just dragged on, and I lost interest." This tells your friend that the movie felt too long and you wished it was shorter. Number 2, draw back. This phrasal verb means to move away from something or to pull away, usually because you're surprised, scared, or worried. When you draw back, you take a step backward or you pull your hand or body away from something quickly. We also use this phrase to talk about hesitating to do something because you're not sure if it's a good idea. It's like when you want to do something, but then you stop yourself. For example, imagine you're walking in the park and you see a cute dog sitting on the grass. You love dogs, so you walk over and reach out your hand to pet it. But suddenly, the dog growls and shows its teeth. You get scared and quickly pull your hand away. Your friend who is with you says, "I saw you draw back when the dog growled." That was smart because the dog looked angry. This means you moved away quickly to protect yourself. Here's another one. Let's say your friend tells you about a great business opportunity. She wants you to invest money together to start a small online store. At first, you're excited about the idea, but then you think about the risks. What if the business fails? What if you lose all your money? You start to feel nervous and unsure. You can say to your friend, "I really like the idea, but I'm drawing back a little because I'm worried about the risks." This means you're hesitating and not ready to commit because you're nervous. Number 3, draw down. This phrasal verb means to reduce or use up a supply of something, like money, resources, or savings. When you draw down something, you're taking from it little by little until there's less of it. We often use this phrase when talking about bank accounts, investments, or supplies. It's like slowly using what you have saved. For example, imagine you just retired after working for 40 years. You saved a lot of money during your career, and now you're not working anymore. Every month, you take money from your retirement account to pay for food, rent, and bills. You're living off your savings. You can say, "Now that I'm retired, I'm drawing down my savings to cover my living expenses." This means you're using your saved money each month because you're no longer earning a salary. Here's another one. Let's say there's a big company that has a lot of cash reserves. The economy is struggling, and the company is not making as much profit as before. To keep running the business and paying employees, the managers decide to use some of the saved money. In a meeting, the CEO says, "We need to draw down our cash reserves this quarter to stay afloat." This tells everyone that the company will use its saved money to survive during this difficult time. Number 4, draw even. This phrasal verb means to catch up with someone or to reach the same level or position as another person, especially in a competition or race. When you draw even with someone, you were behind them before, but now you're equal. We use this phrase a lot when talking about sports, business, or any situation where people are competing. For example, imagine you're watching a basketball game. One team is winning by 10 points in the first half, but in the second half, the other team starts playing much better. They score more points, and slowly the score gets closer and closer. Finally, with 5 minutes left in the game, both teams have the same score. The announcer says, and just like that, the visiting team has drawn even with the home team. This is going to be an exciting finish. This means both teams now have the same score after one team caught up. Here's another one. Let's say you and your coworker started at the same company on the same day. For the first 2 years, your coworker got promoted and seemed to be ahead of you in the company. But you worked really hard, learned new skills, and impressed your boss. Recently, you got a big promotion, and now you and your coworker have the same job title and salary. You can say to a friend, "I finally drew even with my coworker after working really hard this year." This means you caught up and now you're at the same level. Number 5, draw in. This phrasal verb means to attract someone or to make someone interested in something. When something draws you in, it captures your attention and makes you want to know more or be part of it. We use this phrase when talking about books, movies, stories, or anything that grabs our interest. It's like something pulling you closer because it's so interesting. For example, imagine you're at a bookstore looking for something new to read. You pick up a novel and start reading the first page. The story is about a mysterious woman who disappears in a small town, and right away, you want to know what happens next. The writing is so good that you can't put the book down. You buy it and tell your friend later, "The first chapter really drew me in. I had to buy the book." This means the beginning was so interesting that it captured your attention immediately. Here's another one. Let's say you're scrolling through a streaming service trying to find a new show to watch. You see a documentary about ocean life. At first, you're not sure if you'll like it, but you click on it anyway. The visuals are beautiful, and the narrator's voice is calm and interesting. Before you know it, you've watched 3 episodes. You can say, "I wasn't sure about that documentary at first, but the stunning visuals really drew me in." This means the documentary was so captivating that it held your attention and made you keep watching. If you're enjoying this lesson so far, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We upload new videos every single day to help you improve your English, so hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a lesson. Okay, let's keep going. Number 6, draw into. This phrasal verb means to involve someone in a situation, often a difficult or complicated one, sometimes without them wanting to be involved. When you're drawn into something, you become part of it, usually because of circumstances or because someone else pulled you in. We use this phrase when talking about arguments, problems, or activities that we didn't plan to join. For example, imagine your 2 best friends have a big fight about something silly. One friend calls you and complains about the other friend. Then the other friend calls you and tells you their side of the story. Both friends want you to agree with them and take their side. You don't want to be involved in their argument, but now you feel stuck in the middle. You can say to your partner, "I really don't want to be drawn into their drama. They need to work it out themselves." This means you don't want to become part of their problem. Here's another one. Let's say you're at a family gathering and your aunt and uncle start discussing politics. They have very different opinions and the conversation gets heated. Your aunt turns to you and asks what you think about the topic. You know if you answer, you'll be part of the argument and you really just want to enjoy your meal in peace. You can say politely, "I'd rather not be drawn into this conversation. Let's talk about something else." This means you don't want to get involved in their debate. Number 7, draw on. This phrasal verb means to use something as a resource or to rely on something, like experience, knowledge, or skills. When you draw on something, you're taking from it to help you in a situation. We also use this phrase to mean something is getting closer in time. It's a very common expression in everyday English. For example, imagine you just started a new job as a manager, and it's your first week. You've never been a manager before, but you worked in teams for many years and learned a lot from your previous bosses. When you have to make decisions or solve problems, you think about what your old managers did and you use those lessons. You can say, even though this is my first management role, I'm drawing on my past experiences to help me lead the team. This means you're using your previous knowledge and experience as a guide. Here's another one. Let's say it's late November and you're talking to your friend about holiday plans. Christmas is coming soon and you're excited but also feeling a bit stressed about all the shopping and cooking you need to do. Your friend asks if you're ready for the holidays. You can say, not really. The holidays are drawing on and I still have so much to prepare. This means the holidays are getting closer and closer and time is running out. Number 8, draw out. This phrasal verb has a couple of meanings. It can mean to make something last longer than necessary, similar to drag on. But it also means to encourage someone to talk more or to express their feelings, especially if they're shy or quiet. When you draw someone out, you help them open up and share more. We use this phrase a lot when talking about conversations or helping someone feel comfortable. For example, imagine you have a new coworker who is very quiet and doesn't talk much during meetings. You notice she has good ideas, but she seems nervous about sharing them. One day, you sit with her during lunch and ask her friendly questions about her life, her hobbies, and her thoughts about work. Slowly, she starts to relax and talk more. Later, your boss notices the change and says to you, "Thank you for drawing her out. She's much more confident now." This means you helped her feel comfortable enough to share and express herself. Here's another one. Let's say you're having dinner with your teenage son. Lately, he's been quiet and spending a lot of time alone in his room. You're worried something might be bothering him, but he doesn't want to talk. During dinner, you ask gentle questions about school, his friends, and his day. At first, he gives short answers, but eventually, he starts telling you about a problem he's having with a classmate. You can say later to your spouse, "I tried to draw him out at dinner, and he finally told me what's been bothering him." This means you gently encouraged him to open up and talk. Number 9, draw up. This phrasal verb means to create or prepare a document, plan, or list, usually in a formal way. When you draw up something, you're writing it or organizing it carefully. We use this phrase a lot in business, legal situations, or when making plans. It's like putting something down on paper in an official way. For example, imagine you and your business partner decide to start a small company together. Before you officially start, you need to write down all the rules, responsibilities, and details about how the business will work. You hire a lawyer to help you create this important document. The lawyer says, "I'll draw up a partnership agreement for both of you to sign." This means the lawyer will create an official document that explains everything clearly. Here's another one. Let's say you're planning a big family reunion for next summer. There will be over 50 people attending, and you need to organize everything, like food, activities, and where everyone will stay. You sit down with your sister and start writing a detailed plan. You make lists of what needs to be done and who will be responsible for each task. You can say, "Let's draw up a plan for the reunion so we don't forget anything important." This means you're creating an organized list or document to help you prepare. Number 10, dream of. This phrasal verb means to imagine or hope for something you really want, usually something big or special. When you dream of something, you think about it often and wish it would happen. We use this phrase when talking about goals, hopes, or things we desire deeply. It's like picturing your perfect future in your mind. For example, imagine you're a young girl who loves singing. Every night before bed, you imagine yourself on a big stage with thousands of people cheering for you. You picture yourself as a famous singer, traveling the world and performing your music. This is something you think about all the time. You can say, "Ever since I was little, I've dreamed of becoming a professional singer." This means it's your biggest hope and something you've always wanted. Here's another one. Let's say you've been working at the same office job for 10 years. Every day, you sit at a desk and look at a computer. It's okay, but it's not exciting. Sometimes you close your eyes and imagine living on a beautiful tropical island, waking up to the sound of ocean waves and having no stress. You think about how peaceful and happy that life would be. You can say to a friend over coffee, "Sometimes I dream of quitting my job and moving to a beach somewhere." This means you fantasize about a different, more relaxing life. And that's it. Those are 10 really useful phrasal verbs that you'll hear and use all the time in English. Remember, the best way to learn these is to practice using them in your own sentences. Try to use one or two of these phrasal verbs every day in your conversations or writing. The more you practice, the more natural they'll feel. Thank you so much for watching today's lesson. I hope you learned something new and useful. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to American Lingo Academy and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our daily lessons. Leave a comment below and tell me which phrasal verb was your favorite or which one you want to start using. I love hearing from you. I'll see you tomorrow with another exciting English lesson. Until then, keep practicing and keep learning. Bye for now.